how my skin and my routine has changed since using Beauty Pie for over a year. This is quite interesting, and no, it is not pie. It is definitely skincare, but they also have like makeup and home stuff. But this is basically a beauty membership. And if you do remember, we uncovered the truth behind them about a year ago. This brand is basically trying to destroy luxury beauty from the inside out. And it's because the founder, Marcia Kilgore, actually started other companies like Bliss and Slope and Glory and recognized that a lot of companies who work at specific factories are charging big dollars for their packaging, basically, for their pretty formulas. But she also found that she could go to the same exact manufacturers, the same exact laboratories, and get products that are a fraction of the price, but that have the exact same ingredients or almost identical formulas. They do have a lot of dupes, and although it's unofficial, you know, there are definitely things we see from these very expensive brands, both in skincare and makeup, that they make less expensive versions of. But unfortunately, very sadly, none of their products are available in store. They're basically a Costco of beauty, and you have to have a membership to even get through that door, but then once you do, you get that discounted pricing. Now, let's talk about what products I've used and kind of how my skin has changed, but also how that membership has changed, because it has had some, in my opinion, improvements over time. I do want to make it clear that I have purchased Beauty Pie on my own before, but I've also been sponsored by them before, and this video is in sponsorship with them, but that does not sway my opinions, nor what actually happened to my skin. So let's rewind back to the beginning, because when I first started Beauty Pie, it was James Welsh that made me try them. He made me try some of their cleansers. I got the Japan Fusion from him, and I still stand behind this. This is like the inside of a grape that you get to rub on your face. I love this. But he was the reason that I really gave this brand a try. And the way it was kind of explained to me is kind of like this Netflix where you pay a subscription and you get benefits, or like a Costco where you pay to get in and then you get benefits. Now, if you look on the website, a lot of them are labeled as like $80, $90. That is literally what this would cost if you were shopping from other brands. And again, Beauty Pie is very, very specific that they don't say which brands they are. But you know that I love my ingredients lists. I love to turn and learn. And from the skincare side, I mean, Elizabeth Arden, we're looking at Estee Lauder. From the makeup side, there's NARS, there's Charlotte Tilbury. It's basically luxury beauty without that luxury cost. And the reason why is because if you just buy it without the membership, yes, it's 85 to 90 bucks, and that's what brands charge. But if you have that membership, whether it's a one-day pass or an annual pass, you can get this for literally $12, $15, $30 for some of them. The whole thing about them is that they are trying to break down the luxury beauty industry. Basically, luxury beauty is marked up heavily just because of the branding. We all saw that advent calendar this year, and it's literally because, like, what, you're a fancy designer, you can charge $825 for a stupid 12 to 24 day box of stickers? Like, are you kidding me? But Marcia, the founder, saw that this was going on and said, nuh-uh, not by me. I'm gonna take the same exact labs, I'm gonna make these formulas, but I'm gonna package them under Beauty Pie. We're not gonna have these markups the way that luxury beauty does. And these are the same exact laboratories from Korea, from Japan, here from the USA, from France, etc., that again, these big names are using. But because people who have access to these pay for that annual membership, that membership basically covers the cost that it takes to bring these to life. And then what you're actually paying, that $12.40 something cents or $25 or $18, that is actually the cost of the product without all those markups. It's literally formula plus package. Now, when I first started using Beauty Pie, there were a couple of different cleansers that I tried. There were these babies, which I still love. If you love popping pimples, this is absolutely for you. These are the super active vitamin C capsules, and you've heard me go on about these. I have been buying and repurchasing these for an entire year. They are pillowy, dimethicone if you have dark spots or hyperpigmentation, or if you travel a lot. These are perfect for on the go, and these are great for us who love to pop pimples. And these little things, these little orange left behinders, the little containers, they're actually biodegradable. So if you just kind of soak them in water, they actually dissolve. So you're not polluting the planet or anything. And what I also love and appreciate is that these packages are made of glass. And so because of that, they are much more eco-friendly than a lot of the other, more drugstore priced things that we have. And to me, it really is fascinating that they can make luxury at the price of a drugstore product, because it really shows you all of the luxury beauty is a facade. The founder's whole thing is that you should be able to have a piece of the pie without that price. And that was something that I was very interested in when I first heard about them. But when I did first start shopping from them, they had these different tiers. They had like 3 different membership tiers, etc. And you basically had a spend within that you were allowed to allocate your funds to. And it was kind of confusing and overwhelming. And thankfully, they've simplified that now, and it is so much easier. There's a $10 option that gives you 24-hour access. That 24 hours of access basically allows you to see what's available and shop, and it kind of gets you through that door. And it is kind of, $10. Yeah, is that fair? Maybe. But what's great is that the annual membership is $59. It's probably the best price that I've seen from them. And that annual membership actually gets you an unlimited amount of beauty sales. So you don't have like these caps on what you can or can't purchase. You're just getting the member's price literally just the way you would from a Costco. And that doesn't just go for the skincare or for the body care. This right here is a super retinol hand cream, and oh my god, they have such good retinol products. If you're looking for retinol, first off, this hand cream is absolutely phenomenal. I do love myself a hydrating hand cream, and most hand creams just don't have retinoids in them. I have one hand cream that has a little bit of sunscreen in it that I keep in my car, but I keep this one by my bedside, and it hydrates my hands and especially my cuticles because I wash them all day. But it also has that retinol in it, and we know that retinol or retinoids are the gold standard in dermatology, and that really helps with fine lines and wrinkles. And what normally doesn't get covered with sunscreen but sees the sun all the time? The hands. Everyone says like, oh, hands are the first things to show aging. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not a bad thing. But yes, they do tend to show it. And if you want to hydrate as well as do a little bit of anti-aging, this is the formula. But speaking of their retinol products, again, it's the body, it's the skin, but it's also the beauty. They even have like candles and home stuff. And that membership includes all of it. It's not singled out. Outside of the retinol hand cream, this is an absolute favorite. I've been using this for a year. This is the Super Retinol Vitamin C Night Renewal Moisturizer, and this is a retinol plus a vitamin C. Beauty Pie is like one of the only brands that I've seen combining retinol and vitamin C. A lot of people say not to do it, but if you get it formulated well, specifically if you get a luxury formulation made by cosmetic chemists that know what they're doing, then it works really, really, really well. I sometimes use this during the day, but it's meant to be used at night. This is a really luxurious formula, and it combines both of those actives. So if you do have both acne and hyperpigmentation, or fine lines and hyperpigmentation, or you want a really gentle introduction to retinol, and your skin already loves vitamin C, but like, you're afraid to dive into the retinol, we have a beautiful butterfly on our Discord. We have coffee chats every Sunday and we do a little live stream together. But she's been telling us that she's been so scared to start a retinoid, and she's officially starting in the new year. That's like her New Year's goal, is to get through that retinization period, and I'm so excited for her. But if you are one of those people who's afraid to try a retinol, or you're afraid that it's going to cause a little bit of dryness or irritation, but your skin likes vitamin C and can handle it, this is a gentle formula that works super well. Again, it's thanks to James Welsh that I became obsessed with this. It has encapsulated retinol and ferulic acid, so it's stabilized and also can penetrate into the skin deeper. I freaking love this formula, especially under sunscreen. Beauty Pie has this sunscreen. It's the Ultralight Daily SPF 30, and that's, again, something I love, is that they actually have products for literally every step of a routine. It's not like there's something missing, right? This is the Ultralight Daily SPF 30. I adore this. It smells very fresh. Ooh, hello. It smells very fresh, almost like, I don't want to call it baby products, but like it smells very clean. I don't know if it's linen or if it's clean baby, but it's like somewhere in between those scents. And it is a daily SPF 30, and it actually works. I love vitamin C underneath an SPF, and I do love my retinol and vitamin C. And even though that is a night treatment that I do use at night, I can kind of do this in the morning, and I can actually smooth this right over on top. This sunscreen is a really good one, and look at this, it goes in completely sheer. This is literally a luxury sunscreen that other people are paying $75, $85, $100 for, and yet the Beauty Pie membership price is a fraction of that. And sometimes their membership prices do change, so do be aware of that, but that's honestly why I think that that $59 deal is probably the best. And when I look at that, I'm like, okay, let's say that I'm getting this for 12, 15, or 20 bucks. I'm gonna add 25 cents or $1 to kind of balance out that membership price so you can understand exactly how much you're spending. And if you are somebody who likes to try a lot of new things, if you're kind of the first in when it comes to beauty or knowing new ingredients or kind of skincare trends or even makeup trends, that is exactly exactly who beYoutiful is for. If people come to you for skincare advice, or if you're constantly passing products that you didn't love over to someone else, and you really like to try new things, but you know, you wouldn't mind a little luxury here and there, you just don't want to be, you know, lining the pockets of some fashion designer that doesn't deserve it, that doesn't even make good products anyways. Inexpensive but effective, that is who this is for. And the fact that they have a sunscreen, like, I feel like brands that do have a sunscreen are just in a different league than brands that don't. And I get that because it is so difficult to create sunscreens, not every single brand can afford to do that, but when they can and when they do it right, it is so wonderful. This sunscreen specifically has aloe, it has hydrolyzed rice protein and green tea. It's extraordinarily soothing to skin, and it really does have those antioxidants, so even if you didn't use it underneath the super retinol, this on its own is a fantastic moisturizer and sunscreen for daytime use. And I guess you could use it at night, but why would you use it at night? Like, why? Unless you're like Riri and you've got Fenty skin. I mean, you do you. I would say that the Super Retinol has been one of my favorites, and because I take photos of my skin regularly and I have been using this for almost the entire year with a little bit of a gap here and there, you can actually see the difference that this has made in my skin. I think this is one of my favorite products, as well as these super active capsules, these vitamin C's. If I don't use this during the day, I almost always use these in the morning. These are just my favorite. And they also have these Resveratrol. Oh my God, you might know Resveratrol because it comes from grapes and red wine. These are so fun. And again, they are like these little eco-friendly, squirty pouches for those of us who love to pop pimples, and this helps me with my pimple popping addiction. But look at how fun that is. Again, with those little biodegradable capsules, and this is such a beautiful antioxidant boosting serum that can literally go right on. It's pillowy, and then it doesn't ball up. That is the thing about a lot of beYoutiful products, is that they do not gum up. A lot of things really do, and a lot of beYoutiful's doesn't, and I appreciate that. If you use too much of the super retinol, it can a little bit, but under the sunscreen, I find it to be fine. But a lot of products tend to get like overly goopy, and I hate it when they pill. And again, it really shows that these are more luxury formulas because they don't do that. This right here is the triple hyaluronic acid. This is like a makeup magnet. Oh my God, if you are looking for something that like pulls hydration into the skin, but that also creates like a barrier, like a little shield, and then just grabs onto makeup, this is it. It does leave the skin slightly tacky, but it doesn't gum up or pill up. So it is perfect if you are applying a foundation or a base or something like that. And you know, skincare and makeup can be really hard, especially if you're trying to apply different sunscreens and you want them to stick to the skin, and you always have problems with foundations separating. This is literally what locks it in. This has 3 forms of hyaluronic acid. It has a sweet almond extract, and it also has some peptides in here. So if you are someone who, especially if you do have fine lines or wrinkles and you struggle to get foundation that kind of like soaks into them, again, do you hear this? Do you hear that? This is literally a makeup magnet. And this is beautiful for people who do want to use this underneath a foundation, or even if you just want to wear this underneath a sunscreen, especially a tinted sunscreen, and you don't want it to like sink into the cracks or the lines of, you know, natural, beautiful human skin. They also have these, which I found quite recently. This is the Pure Oxygen Radiant Glow Moisture Infusion Moisturizer. They also have the Super Drops. This is a brightening and oxygenating serum. And I was really intrigued by these. This is relatively new to me, but I have been testing it out, and I've been a real fan of kind of this new oxygenating line. I feel that it's super light and airy on the skin. It feels super lightweight, but it almost leaves my skin with a luster, and it's not like a luminosity the way an oil would, but it's almost like a hydrated plumpness, but it's not plump like a mattress. How do I describe it? It's almost if you could imagine what your face feels like after you take off a sheet mask. You know how it's hydrated and it's plump, but it's not like squishy? It's just plump and it's just happy. And it has a little bit of a glow, but it's not like glossy. It's not like the James Welsh dew that we all love. This entire oxygenating line does that. And as you can see, like it just makes my skin look healthy and fresh. And honestly, it's kind of like a shower in a bottle for your little skin cells, for your keratinocytes. This little blue bottle is one of my favorites. I also do like the Oxygen Moisturizer. This is a good one as well, but I think I love the serum a little bit more. And if you can get both, then perfect, because they go wonderfully together. But if you can only get one, the serum, oh my God, the serum is the way to go. This is also perfect if you do have acne prone skin. You know, being acne prone, all of the products that I pick are the ones that actually work for me and that work with my blemish prone skin. But this one has niacinamide in it, and that niacinamide is fantastic to help with oil regulation as well as ceramide production and hyperpigmentation that's left behind by blemishes. It's got some bark extracts, some other hydrators in here. I love this. And this one right here, the moisturizer, is perfect to kind of seal it all in. Now, where I would say the difference becomes between these is that this peptide one, it definitely grips things, whereas this one, it's almost like airy. It's like touch-free. It's almost like a cloud. If you could imagine your skin, you know, a cloud isn't necessarily bouncy. It's more just like, you know, this water vapor. That is what it feels like on the face. And I love that feeling. And I haven't found any other product that really makes my skin feel the way this one does. This one is also beautiful. This one has phytooxygen and a vitamin C, but this does have some plant extracts like thyme, so just be aware of that. If you wanted to get this, look at that. It is literally like a cloud, or almost like a little bit like cottage cheese. And this product specifically has fragrance, so just be aware of that. But if you don't mind fragrance and you really want something that is cloud-like on the face, this is absolutely it. It feels so beautiful, and it's really just kind of a soft velvet touch. Nothing tacky. You could put makeup over this, but if you just wanted beautiful skin that's like a no makeup look, but without makeup, with just skincare, this would absolutely be it. Dare I even say this? I tried a different eye cream. The first eye cream I tried ended up not being perfect for me. There were two that I tried initially that just weren't, you know, hitting the nail on the head for me and my skin. But this one right here is like the eye cream form of the triple hyaluronic acid serum. And again, I feel like this is just a moisturizer. I could literally use this all over my face. But what I've been loving this as, and don't come at me, but is a lip hydrator. You know, the edges of my lips, the vermilion border, I've been getting dry. I've been getting a little flaky. They tend to kind of peel and they become really painful and uncomfortable. So yeah, I've been taking this and I have been putting it around my lips, and oh my god, this works so freaking well. I do this actually during the day. At night, I use a really thick balmy agave, kind of basically like a syrup on my lips. But during the day, this is nice and lightweight. It doesn't ruin my sunscreen or anything, and it's got the hyaluronic acid. I just put it right here and it makes my face so happy. And yes, it's an eye cream. I've used it under my eyes like twice. I mean, okay, whatever. Honestly, I like the Oxygen moisturizer better around my eyes. But this is one of those eye creams that can be used around the entire face because it has great ingredients, and especially by the lip area, me likey. James Welsh is also the one that got me initially hooked on and still using the cleansers. There are a bunch of different cleansers that I've used. There's also the Dr. Glycolic, which I love, but if you're looking for a good cleansing balm, again, it's a great gift or great for yourself. The Double Cleanse, the super healthy skin. But all in all, if there is something that you cannot pass up, it is the capsules. If you love popping pimples, if you love having fun with your skincare, or if you travel a lot, these are perfect for on the go. These enhance my life so much, and I've been using them for an entire year. And I really attribute both these as well as the Retinol and vitamin C, the Super Retinol Vitamin C Night Renewal Moisturizer, for some of those changes that I've seen in my skin. If you have acne, or if you have hyperpigmentation or fine lines and wrinkles with hyperpigmentation, this is it. This is also great. If you don't want the vitamin C and you already have vitamin C in your routine, then instead of getting these little capsules, you have to get the Resveratrol capsules because they are so good. And if you're like, skincare is interesting, but I am kind of getting back into makeup where I'm looking for something that, you know, can actually work with my skincare and my cosmetic application, right here, that's when you go for this triple hyaluronic acid lipopeptide serum. If you are looking for something a little bit more airy and lightweight and actually really innovative, or innovative, how do you say that word? Innovative or innovative? This is what happens when you read a lot, but you don't actually know how to pronounce anything phonically. But this serum is a must-have. This pure oxygen moisturizer is pretty much good for anyone. And as you know, SPF is your BFF. And if you don't already have one in your routine, get your priorities straight. After using this for an entire year, kind of being there as they went through some of the changes of the tiers and trying out different products, not all of which I love, but some of which I have found as holy grails, how has this experience been? It has been exciting. You know, at Costco, I remember being a child, I would love going around and like trying all the little food samples with my parents. I kind of feel like a kid in a Costco shopping cart as I kind of scroll through Beauty Pie, because they always have new launches or new releases. They always have new things like this sunscreen that my skin really loves. And even if I find something that isn't perfect, like I'm someone who tries beauty for a living, and I recommend it to clients, to patients, to friends, to family members, etc., to beautiful butterflies. And if I don't absolutely love something, like some of those eye creams, I can just kind of pass them forward so they don't go to waste. And for me, as someone who loves to try new things and also wants to be more sustainable with with, you know, these glass bottles. And also, like, I totally believe in what the founder believes in tearing down the luxury beauty industry from the inside out. I love it. I subscribe to it. I literally have for an entire year. And some of the recent changes to the membership and kind of how that works have been really, really good. Now, if you're on the fence and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I want to take the plunge, and that $10 for 24 hours is kind of a lot for me. Since I have been using BeYoutiful for over a year and since I've been sponsored by them before, I literally said, hey, can you please give people the same discount that you did last time? And they said yes. So if you use that code Cassandra sent me, you do get $10 off, and that also helps with that annual cost. Not to mention, they also have these like little bonus things. It's almost like a treasure hunt on their website. They have like these bonus days or these wild card moments where you get extra money off or you get an extra free product. It's a lot of fun, and it really makes shopping for beauty enjoyable. And then when you get products that you actually like, you know, it's something that your skin appreciates too. I will say that my honest experience with them has probably been a 9 out of 10. There are a couple of products that didn't really work for me, or I'd purchased some makeup products or some home products that they were good products, they just weren't right for my face. But when I actually stick with the things that I need in my routine or that I'm shopping for someone else, I've purchased probably 8 or 9 of these little things because I love these so much. And when you find something like that that is a holy grail and it's under $20 and it's not $85 to $95, okay, all these other luxury brands, exactly. It ends up being a win-win, and I enjoy the process as well. Always reapply SPF, your BFF, and remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you and your animal emojis in the comments below. Love you guys. Bye.